Mauson John John Iebu Usotu Yadi Anya Zoya Nike Nadi Ike Tukwasi Chuku Obi Kizuzu Ojola
maka Biafra wero putara anyị onye ndu Simon Eba
Witness me, I want to remain in the spirit because we must worship heaven. We answer your name, O Lord of hosts. Everything about us is designed to offer glory unto thee. We have atoned for our sins last year. This very year we have not only atoned for our sins, we have sealed, we have shed blood, they have shed our blood. We have let our sacrifice be made unto thee. Even on the 30th of August, as we are being felled by the bullets of the enemy, by the workers of iniquity and of darkness, we remain very strong today to beckon upon thee, to ask you for your mercy and for your grace, to ensure that your kingdom is restored upon the face of the earth, that you can bring your healing hand to bear upon the life of those of them that you created for one singular purpose, and that purpose alone, which is to worship you in truth and in every honesty. Is there any way that we have erred? Is there any way that our ancestors may have sinned? We confess before a congregation of the whole of humanity to ask you, oh Lord of hosts, to have mercy upon us. You must have mercy upon us. We have suffered enough. We have been subjugated enough. We have been tortured enough. We have been imprisoned enough. We did not do these people anything. Our only crime is to answer your name. Our only crime is to be born your children. Our only crime is to excel at everything that we place our hands into. Our only crime is to exhibit your glory and your blessing, which manifestedly is upon our lives every blessed day. That is why they want to kill us. That is why the British want to join those of them who don't know you to destroy your creation and your inheritance. You will not allow shame to befall your name. You will not allow the enemies to triumph over the lives of your children, because you created us to exist, to worship, to honor, and to praise you. That is exactly what we are going to do when this Biafra comes. It will come in truth and in every honesty, because we remain every blessed day whiter than white and whiter than snow. Is there any way that we have sinned that you cannot forgive us our trespasses, to enable us to fulfill your own word which was spoken thousands of years ago, that instead of what you you promised not to come to pass, that heaven and earth will cease to exist. You opened your mouth, Chukwokika Biama, to bless mankind to the coming of Yahweh Yeshua, who came here and said, let your kingdom come on earth as it is in heaven. Those words can never be in vain because they are anchored upon your holiness and your magnificence. That is why in the end we know that Biafra will come, that these children that we have given birth to all over the world, and their children, and their children, and their children, as long as they give birth to them and they are Biafrans, they will worship you in truth and honesty. Through this very work we are doing, mankind will come to understand you. Let your miracle be wrought in our lives. Let us witness and behold your magnificence, your holiness, your mystery, and your grace. Under our command, O Lord of hosts, we call upon you. We call upon you to heal. We call upon you to provide succor to those of them who are inconsolable. We ask you to come and strengthen those who are weak. We ask you to restore hope where there is hopelessness. We ask you for inclusion where there is destitution. We ask you for one brotherhood, one camaraderie, one bone, one blood, and one flesh of your children. The Efiks and the Bibios, the Izon, the Shekiri, the Isobos, and also those of them from Isoto. We are traveling all the way to the lands of Igala. We are moving on from there to Idoma, to Igede, to the territories of the Igbo land. All these places we dedicate unto thee. All these lands of yours, we ask you to cover it with your mercy, because Biafra will come, and when it does, we will dance on the streets. I'm telling you, by the time that we are done, humanity will think that we are mad, we are drunk in your glory, and rightfully so, because your kingdom will come to rest upon this very earth. That very kingdom is the unadulterated, non-negotiable sovereignty of the Republic of Biafra, that your will may be fulfilled in our time. All this we pray, all these we ask for, in no other name apart from that name that belongs to you. Is a part of pressure, relentless pressure, to ensure that Biafra comes. How are we going to employ that pressure? There are only two ways to get your freedom. In the history of the whole world, freedom can be gotten only two ways. One is through the ballot box. In other words, people will contest and they will have Biafra Nationalist Party. Yes, as they have in Scotland. And then we vote for them. When they then go to the house or maybe go to Abuja, they will say, we are here under the mandate of Biafra Nationalist Party. Because of that, we want to go and conduct a referendum in order for us to be free. The other way, you fight. Either you go through the ballot box or you fight. Which option are we choosing? We have chosen to fight.
Most of you who claim you own businesses everywhere in Nigeria, for that reason, you want everybody to die. Nobody is above death. Death is going to visit everybody. Just have to pray that you live and make impact in this life. The impact that matters now, as far as Nigeria is concerned, is not the impact to make people millionaires. It is impact to make people to be alive. It is impact to make people to feel secure. It is impact to make people feel they are free. That is the biggest impact you can make. Millions are going to come. People will become millionaires when they are alive. Of what use is it? You make somebody millionaire today and tomorrow he died by gunshot from Fulani. Of what use will it be to the society? You pick up somebody and send him abroad, and he come back to Nigeria and police will kill him. It's happening every day. Why do you want to continue to be part of a country like that? Why? We all have seen millionaires. There is no amount of money you have today that Igbo people have never met before. Everybody knows who is Ezego. Ezego of Ihala. Ezego of Ihala was one of the richest men. What happened to him? He died in accident. Ezego died as he was coming back home. Why? Because of bad road. So let's assume that Nigeria is a country where you have road network, where you have traffic laws, where people respect road traffic or road laws or traffic laws. Ezego Fihala may be alive today. We have decided that we design the solution that suits us. And that solution is that everything we do, since they make our country and our land very uncomfortable for us, we will bring our freedom from diaspora. And that's what we're doing today. So the enabling environment that was not created for us in Biafra land, the different countries where we reside have created an environment, and we are struggling to bring this kind of system back to our people for them to live like human beings. So we will always outsmart the terrorist state of Nigeria, where
we have no mercy for those that come to disrupt the restoration of this struggle. We don't negotiate with anyone. We will never do that. Because when you do things like that, you encourage the same thing to be inside the government, and they will continue to do what they are doing. There's an adage that says, no matter how you try to leave them, to forgive them, to accept them, they will still come up with that same behavior. Because Nigerian government has a process of divide and conquer. They use people within to destroy what Biafrans are doing. We already know that, and that is why they are not going anywhere. That is why we stop them on their track. That is why we discover them anywhere they are, and we bring them down. That is what we will continue to do. No mercy. No mercy, because lives have been lost. People have died. Children have died. Innocent Biafrans have been murdered. They've spilled their blood. We are not joking. Anybody, any attorney, any lobbyist, you think we are joking in this restoration process? I pity you. Sorry will be your name.
It gets to 7 months. You can never cover it. That is where we are right now in the restoration of the United States of Biafra. And those people, most Biafrans that have the sixth, this is what we call the sixth sense, when things are happening, it's not just what is happening this November, December. Most of them have been threading back what happened even since February to this restoration till this January. And these are Biafrans that have been following Obatobie's footsteps. They have been threading it. Each step, each move everybody is doing, they are putting it together. And one major thing that most of them, the think tank of the Biafra restoration, have come to present to me is that this thing that is happening right now is the same thing. It was the same thing that happened before Nnamdi Kanu, to Wazirike, to our able leader Nnamdi Kanu. And it tried to happen to Obatobie, but luckily, thank God, Obatobie has the right people around him. And those right people around him have been persistent and consistent. They could not be mowed down by the criminals that supported Obatobi. Not that supported the criminals that entangled him, because what the criminals do, which they did to Wazirike, some of you know the history of Wazirike, when the politician, one of those politicians, was Ifanyo, but one of them went to the DSS. Anyoba, thank you so much. Went to meet Wazirike with the criminals that surrounded Wazirike, and when they went to meet him, those criminals that Wazirike trusted, he saw those people with this criminal politician when they came to dissuade him to drop Biafra. So when he saw people that he trusted, people that he thinks he trusted, surrounding this criminal politician, he was able to let go of the Biafra restoration. The same thing happened to our able leader Nnamdi Kanu. The same criminals that surrounded him, that pretended to be fighting for the Biafra restoration, were the same ones that moved him to Kenya, where Nigerian government took him. And today he's languishing in Nigeria DSS dungeon. The same criminals that surrounded Nnamdi Kanu, that pretended that they were fighting for Biafra restoration. They were the same individuals when Nnamdi Kanu, our leader, has said there will be sit at home or there won't be any election. These criminals will go collect money from the Nigerian politicians in Southeast and South, and come and telling Nnamdi Kanu, now, how are we going to do this now? Let us cancel this. We're going to let the election go, or maybe the next one. The same criminals that did this thing to Nnamdi Kanu, they are the same criminals that Obato they moved into the Biafra Republic government in exile. They are there.
Exactly.
They are doing the same template that Fulani tells them to do. That same template that Fulani uses to disrupt the restoration of the independent state of Biafra. It is the same template they came with this time. But you know what? They failed. Because it's a different breed of Biafrans that is in charge at this time. It's a different breed of Biafrans that have studied the history for the past 100 years. The different breed of Biafran that knows how the Fulani penetrates Igbos, penetrate Biafrans. A different breed of Biafrans that understood how the Fulani terrorist cabals and Nigerian government works. So when you see the criminal ex-British cabinet members, the criminal lobbyists that are parading with them in the name of trying to restore Biafra, Biafra's already stopped them on their track. That is why they cannot go. They can't move anywhere. Not when some of us. Not when some of us. So Nigerian government, I promise you today, the money you are giving to the is a waste because they cannot go anywhere. They can't go far. Once they take one step, we are taking 5 steps ahead of them.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for joining me on today's program, wherever you are joining from. I appreciate you and I thank you for being part of this program. If you are watching this program on TikTok, I welcome you. I thank you for joining me. If you are watching from the YouTube, I welcome you. Thank you for joining. And if you are watching on Facebook, I equally welcome you. Thank you for joining. Whichever social media handle you are watching this program from, I urge you to please like the program and share. If you are watching on TikTok, kindly help us to tap the screen. Tap on the screen and share. Bring somebody along with you. If you are watching from Facebook, kindly like and share the program. And if you are with me on YouTube, where I'm hosting the program, please do like and share as we always do. We know that the social media network do not promote our content. They don't promote our freedom fighting content. So it is you, the followers and the viewers, that will help to promote it. That is why it is very important that you like and share. For those who are joining us for the very first time on this platform, or those who are going to come across this video for the very first time, this is a platform that is under the United States of Biafra. A platform that promotes the freedom of the Biafran people. A platform that promotes the United States of Biafra under the command of our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, and on the supreme command of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Today, under the leadership of the Deputy Prime Minister, the COS interim, Dr. Ngozi Orabueze. Now you know whom we are and where we stand. The choice is yours, either to continue to be part of us or to take a walk. If you are the lover of freedom, genuinely seeking for freedom, you are welcome. Regardless your race, your ideology, your location, you are going to enjoy your stay here because we are pursuing the same thing, which is freedom. In this platform, we do not come here to instigate violence. We do not preach hate. We don't attack people or individuals. We don't engage in any propaganda, blackmail, or saga. In this platform, we will not speak against any race or religion. We are focusing on the restoration of the independent state of Biafra. We bring the plight of the Biafran people before the whole world. We expose the atrocities happening in Biafra land to the whole world. Atrocities that are being committed by the Nigerian government, the war that the Nigerian government is waging against the Biafran people, that they are hiding from the world. We expose them and let the world know the true situation in Biafra land. That is what we do. We encourage the Biafrans to continue to hold onto the legitimate right of self-determination, the right to self-defense, and the right to life. These are inalienable rights that have been given to human beings through God, and international law accepts all these laws. African human and people's law accept this, and Nigerian law, unfortunately, also accept this. That is why we have come to speak, because people pretend not to know what is going on. People have refused to speak. The international media have refused to weigh in. The local media is trying as much as they can to suppress the informations. The only option we have remains the social media. So we use our platforms wherever we are to disseminate information to the world and tell them what is happening in Nigeria, more especially in Biafra land. Biafra land is the old southeastern region of the contraption called Nigeria. Biafra land comprises the present-day southeast, southwest, southeast, south, lower Benue, and lower Kogi. To make it simpler for you, if you are a Biafran, wherever you are on that area and your mother ties 2 pieces of wrapper, you are a Biafran, and this platform and this message is for you. The government of Nigeria have committed so many crimes against us, and we will not continue to pretend these things are not happening. They commit crimes and they cover it up, and we will not be silent. The Biafran people are people who are blessed with wisdom. They are people who are blessed. In all ramifications, we are blessed, and we are not people who will see evil and keep quiet. Whenever we see evil, we call it evil and we call it out. The atrocities of Nigerian government in Biafran territory is so much that we can no longer be silent. That is why we take it upon ourselves to speak about these issues for the world to know, and also invite investigative journalists, independent journalists, to go down to Biafra land, make investigation for themselves, and make an independent report of the situation in Nigeria. In this platform, every morning, we engage in a very interactive section. In this interactive section, you have the right to come into the platform, more especially those who are following me on YouTube, because that's the only place where you can be able to join me on stage. If you are following me on YouTube, you will see the link that I pasted on the comment section. All you need to do is to click that link and come in, ask your question, make your contributions, say your prayers, or pass vital information. If you are living in the Biafra land, if there's vital information you can pass, or information you want us to know about, feel free to click the link, come in and pass those information. We'll be glad to have it and listen to you. My fellow Biafran that are watching, wherever you are watching from, I welcome every one of you once again. I appreciate you. Don't just be on the comment section. It is very important that you join us on this discussion so that you can express yourself. Those things that are bothering you, those questions in your mind that is bothering you, put it forward. We are going to help you to resolve those questions, to resolve those problems that is bothering your mind when it comes to the United States of Biafra. And I want everyone to understand that today we have outgrown the time of complaint. During the time that we had to complain, we complained, and the whole world had a complaint, but they did nothing. During the time of protest, we protested across the whole world, but they did nothing. During the time of writing petitions, we wrote different petitions to different organizations, Amnesty International, United Nations, and all the rest of them. And countries that matters, we wrote petitions, and they did nothing. During the time of cry, we cried and cried and cried, and we wiped our tears. Nobody paid attention. But we have arrived at a stage where we said enough is enough, and we have taken our freedom into our own hand. Finally, today, the restoration of the United States of Biafra have been made. Biafra has been redeclared on the 29th of November, 2024, in Lahti, Finland. The Deputy Prime Minister, Dr. NgoziOrabueze, made that declaration on behalf of the Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, who they took away from us in order to stop the declaration. The main reason why Mazi Simon Ekpa was taken away from us, was restricted from discussing or talking with us, was to make sure he doesn't participate in that very declaration of Biafra. Their intention was to take him away so that we will lose balance and forget about the declaration. But unfortunately, they did not know that Mazi Simon Ekpa have already kept down a structure from beginning to the end, how Biafra restoration is going to happen. That even if he doesn't appear today or tomorrow, the restoration process will continue until we get to the last stage. The main reason why they took Mazi Simon Ekpa away and restricted him from social media communication is because they do not want him to participate. They don't want the declaration of Biafra to happen. But unfortunately, we thank Chukwu Okike Abiama that he was able to do it in his own way. He was able to help us and push it forward, and that declaration was made. The whole world observed it and watched it. The videos are everywhere. You can make a recite for yourself in case you missed the occasion and watch it. You will see how it went. It was an international standard declaration. And many delegates that came from the United States to speak made a confession to say they have not seen any group in the world, any section in the world, any government in the world that followed the step that the United States of Biafra followed in declaration, that we are so organized and so legitimate the way we were. Remember, our Prime Minister Mazi Simon Ekpa told us about the importance of that very declaration, the convention in Finland, and he made it clear to us that documents are going to be generated from that very program. And finally today, every single word I have spoken by our Prime Minister came to pass. Documents have been generated from that declaration, and we know that more than 50 million people cast their vote for the restoration of Biafra. And those votes they casted, counted, and those votes they counted gave legitimacy to the declaration of Biafra, gave legitimacy to the government of Biafra. Today, the United States of Biafra government under Dr. NgoziOrabueze gained the legitimacy from that very self-referendum was conducted, and the declaration that was made on the 29th of December. As we speak, the United States of Biafra is a country of its own, seeking for recognition. Every occupation forces in Biafra land are there on their own, and whatever happens to them, they will face the consequence. The Prime Minister have warned them time before now to exit from Biafran territory. The Prime Minister have made it clear that if you are a zoological military, if you are a Nigerian military and you are in Biafran territory, wearing their uniform and carrying guns, you are conducting an illegal operation. You are an occupying force, and we will not take it light with you. Wherever the Liberation Army of Biafra finds you, you will have yourself to blame. The announcement was made long before now, and that order continues to stand. In as much as so many challenges are coming here and there, right, left, and center, we are not distracted. There is only one United States of Biafra. Clearly, only one. Under the command of our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa. If you are sincere and genuine, you will know that Mazi Simon Ekpa already has a structure on the ground. And his government continues to run, even in his absence. The government of Mazi Simon Ekpa continues to run, even in his absence, and very, very strong. You must not listen to any distraction. We must focus on things that matters. Regardless the distractions you are seeing right, left, and center, don't pay attention. And I will reiterate the word of Deputy Prime Minister when she said that Osimiliana Heiri onyo ofuro beanya. That word is very deep. I want every Biafran to keep that word in their heart. That Osimiliana Heiri onyo ofuro beanya. The sea cannot swallow you except you walk into the sea. If the sea does not see your leg, it will not swallow you. There's no way you'll be in your house. The sea will come to your house and swallow you. Or you'll be on the road. No. Or you'll be on dry land and the sea will come and swallow you. No. It is when you walk into the sea with your foot that the sea can be able to swallow you. That word is deep. That was a statement made by the Deputy Prime Minister during her speech. That is why you must stay away from gossip. Stay away from those information that will not do you any good. One of the people you must stay away is Nigerian media. Nigerian media is so corrupt that they have nothing to offer to you, more especially you that is a Biafran. You can never get any truth in Nigerian media. Every single thing they say are lies and lies and lies. They continue to preach lie. They continue to preach falsehood. You can never get anything good from Nigerian media. It is impossible. It is impossible. So instead of you going to trouble your mind and cause heartache for yourself, listen to Nigerian media, stay away from Nigerian media. They have nothing to offer you. Even those who call themselves one Nigerianists, their media is not offering them anything. Their media do not offer them information, do not offer them solution, and do not give them any option. That is how bad it is. How much more you that you are not a Nigerian? You are a Biafran. If you are a Biafran from the United States, you have no business with Nigerian media. It is because some of you are paying attention to them. That is why today you are having so many confusion, so many trouble. You're getting confused at every given opportunity. When they tell their lies, you begin to make a call, you begin to write messages that you are worried, you are troubled. You are troubled because you are paying attention to people you are not supposed to pay attention to, even when you know that these are a bunch of liars. The more you continue to pay attention to them, the more you distract yourself. When you go to their conventional media, they will never speak about a fact. All they do is propaganda, more especially in issues that have to do with Biafra. Remember how they propagated lie against our Prime Minister This is not the first time. The very first time he was invited, they propagated lie. They gave so many analyses and said that he has been arrested, he did what, he did that, he did that. Unfortunately, within some hours, our PR minister came back and made a speech. They have even told a lie against Finnish government, and the Finnish government came out and debunked it. Today, they are now cooking another lie. They came and told you they have submitted all documents to extradite Simon Ekpa, and the Finnish authorities are going to extradite him to them. And I ask you, are you so dumb that you cannot study and know what is possible and what is not possible? And some will come and begin to justify their idea by saying there are international interests. When there are international interests, international politics can play in, and then things will happen. That means you don't believe yourself. You don't even believe Chukwu Okuka Abiyama, who you claim is in charge of this trouble. Legally speaking, there is no way, legally speaking, there is no way on the planet Earth that Mazi Simon Ekpa will find himself in Nigeria. Legally speaking, the Nigerian government have no say in the case of Mazi Simon Ekpa as we speak. Up to this minute, the Nigerian government have not been able to submit any credible thing against Mazi Simon Ekpa. They have not. They have not made any submission. But as always, you know they prefer this social media jamboree. That is what they do all the time. Even in their local cases, you see how they prosecute people on their media. Before the people go to court, they come to media and they say all manner of things unapologetically, because Nigeria is a place that is lawless, where law does not take place. If Nigeria is a lawful place, you will not be hearing certain things you're hearing from the media, where they continue to give media trial to people time and time again. Why would you pay your attention to listen to Nigerian media? Why? Why would any reasonable person pay attention to Nigerian media? The more you are paying attention to them, you are causing heartache to you. And at the same time, those people you know that are not propagating the gospel of freedom, those people you know that are not in line with us, those people you know that are not propagating the sincere gospel of freedom, you know deep down in your heart that these people are not on the same lane with you. They are not sincere. Why are you paying attention to them? Why are you paying attention to them? Some of you say, I'm going there to challenge them. I'm going to there to tell them they lie. You don't have to. Don't go and challenge them. Don't go and tell them they are lying. They wouldn't stop. You're going to their platform to either challenge them or talk to them. You are making them relevant. And each time you go there to look at them and join them in that their nonsense, you end up increasing their views. When you go to the comment section, you begin to attack them and begin to write about whatever they post, you are equally attracting, you're attracting traffic on their platforms. When you know that these people are not sincere, they have nothing to offer to you, you stay away from them. That is why most of us continue to believe falsehood. You see, some will come and tell you they are analysts. They will begin to analyze from A to Z. At the end of the day, they just sit back and make up their mind and make up words for themselves and analyze to you, and you believe them. So many of them on social media today, bloggers who claim to be analysts, have nothing to offer you. Every analysis they are making are things that you can apply common sense and you know the truth, and most of them are lies. One of the greatest analysts they have on social media who claim to be an analyst, one of that idiot who has even at one point in time attacked Biafra, not even at one, always attacking Biafrans. The one they call, what is that his name? I've forgotten the name of that clown. Who claimed to be an analyst. Every time he's analyzing, a blogger. The one they call Parara. The one they call Parara. Every time he come and he says he's an analyst. All of a sudden, somebody threw a prank that somebody threw. Somebody threw a prank. Very dark man threw a prank that his account was hijacked and money were taken from the account. And this man who claimed to know everything, Parara, came and began to analyze. Brought a massive analysis on how money went away from the account, that making people to believe him. At the end of the day, very dark man came out and said it was a prank, not it truly happened. And this is a man who has been there on his Mock News or whatever they call him. Every time he comes, he will talk. Sometimes he will come and he will make jest of Biafra people. He has been making jest of our struggle. He joined those who call us online country, and he will come and make analysis and tell you how Biafra is not going to work. And some of you believe him. Some of you even get worried because of what he said. But every one of us who is sensible know that he has nothing to offer. He just sits back in his room and make his videos and make his money, and he gets back home. Why would you be paying attention to those kind of people? Including those today who you know have already walked away from the foundation and structure of Mazi Simon Ekpa. Somebody who have taken himself away, and instead of following the United States of Biafra declaration that was made on the 29th, they said they don't agree from beginning. When you see the trajectory, how they started from the beginning, the accusation they started from the beginning, and how they moved up to where we are today, it is easy for you to make up your mind where you stand. Why do you still go and trouble your mind with the information that are coming from there? Once you dictate that somebody is lying, when somebody have lied to you once, twice, thrice, why would you begin to go there to verify again or to listen or to know when he is lying or when he's telling the truth? It's obvious that he will never tell you the truth. And anything that looks like a truth that he tells you is for a motive. When you look at the motive behind the truth he's telling you, find out that it's a lie. Why would you be paying attention to such people? Stay away from Nigerian zoological media. Stay away from those who have walked away from the United States of Biafra. Focus on your freedom that concerns you, that concerns me. Our collective interest, that is where our faith, our hope, and strength lies. Don't engage yourself in unnecessary battles that is not going to pay you anything. I pray that every one of us will stand tall and do what we have to do. I welcome you, my beloved brother Okuchukwu. Go ahead and speak to us, my brother. Thank you so much for joining. You're welcome.
Good morning, Mazi Truth. Good morning,
my brother.
Biafra.
No.
Happy New Year to all Biafrans.
Same to you.
I wish us all
your network. Your network is stuck. Your network. Okuchukwu, your network, we can't hear you anymore. Okuchukwu. Check your network. Okuchukwu, your network, we can't hear you anymore. I think your network has just been a hindrance. We know how it always happens. So, Biafrans, I urge you to be patient. Let's say if our brother Okuchukwu will reconnect. When he reconnects, he can now continue on his line of thought. We can't hear him anymore. Okuchukwu, you can go out and come in again and check on your network. Then we can allow you to see. I can see someone else is joining us there. Brother Ngozi, my beloved brother. Thank you so much for joining. Ngozi, go ahead and speak to us. Ngozi, let's hear from you.
Good morning, bro Chooks.
Good morning, my brother.
Happy New Year and new week once again.
Same to you, my brother.
So I greet all wonderful and believed Biafrans. I extend my greeting to our able DPM and her cabinet, and I also greet my one greeting to our able Prime Minister, and mostly to our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. I thank God for keeping them alive. I thank God for keeping all of us Biafrans alive, both home and abroad. I thank God for this year, 2025, believing that God will do all our wishes and our plans, both individual and collectively as a Biafrans. So, to talk on all that you have discussed this morning, it is good that some certain things happen, and when the breeze blows, it helps to affirm people where to know where they are standing. All that we are seeing is heartbreaking. The attack from the people that claims they know best. They may think that they are attacking you people, as they claim that you people are the saboteur, as they claim that you people are the enemies of Biafra. But indirectly, they are attacking themselves, because both them that has been swayed, they are Biafran. We are Biafrans, and all of us are Biafrans. But it pains my heart seeing Igbo man, mostly Igbo man, claiming that he knows all while he know nothing. All the happenings, both recent and the ones that happened before in Nigeria, is enough lesson for someone that knows what he wants or claims to be active in this pursuit of our freedom. The person is supposed to, when you look at all those things, you're supposed to put yourself straight on what you want. But when all these things happens and people are still behaving as if they just woke up yesterday, pains our heart. It pains my heart. But nevertheless, we move on. Now, to say some things that is happening in Nigeria. I don't know if you are opportune to watch this VOP yesterday, on Monday. The analysis that Barrister Darlington, the other one that stammers, something. What is his name? That the other man and Precious. So Musa is in Qatar, doing their well-known damage control and defending what is not defendable. Maybe it is the interview that Al Jazeera granted to him that provoked the bandit or the Boko Haram. I don't know the one that attacked their military base, because the interview was granted to him on Saturday, and early morning that Saturday, they attacked and killed several of their soldiers, carted away their weapon, and burnt their cars and some of their house in their base. So yeah, at the same time, suicide bomber blew herself up in a school at Abuja. So all these things, if all these news are coming and the Lukarawa or ISWAP, they imposed tax on 25 village in Zamfara, worth 170 something million, that they give them to pay from whether 3 months to pay, or they will incur a attack. So all these things now, to talk to our brothers, is it not enough to know that we are in for destruction? Because all this, the Fulani and the Bororo ones and their supporters in the government, they are trying to get themselves up. Now, to those of our brothers that claim they know everything, I thought they will get glimpse of all this news, analyze it, and see the best approach. When I sit back to think about how far our PM drove us before his sudden disengagement from the struggle, if not that he was called on for questioning and was restricted from talking to us, both publicly and maybe indirectly, actively talking to us. Had it been that our PM was around and after the declaration, what is happening today? As in, we would have gone very far.
Absolutely.
But because of the unfortunate that happened, the so-called his conk believers chose to destabilize the whole effort of that young man, and now left us to start afresh, because we went back to the same line that our PM told. It took our PM almost 2 years for him to gain his feet. But men seeing all these things, these guys and their cohort, they decide to drag us back again. It pains though. Okay, in Anambra, military wanted to shoot a one Nigerianist. He owns a media in Lagos, going with 3 DSS as an escort. The military said that he looks like a kidnapper. They lied him on a tarmac around 12. If not for their boss, that said that before they shoot, let him confirm whether what the man is saying is true. And he had to call to Oka to confirm whether the 3 guys that tendered their IDs as an SSS, if it is true. Otherwise, the man would have been a dead person. Now, why I'm making reference to that their discussion yesterday in their station, they were now confused. Maybe after this, I will go and copy Precious Enyi, the podcast that you normally do, and send to you. So when I was looking at these guys, I said that, who do us, Igbos? Why are we so foolish, claiming that we are wise? They are no more talking about Simon now, but before, Simon go, Simon up, Simon down, Simon front, Simon back, Simon in, Simon out. Only 1 month plus. The intensity of the insecurity in the Southeast now is ×4.
Exactly.
The other man that normally stutter, they said that Southeast is an appendage to Nigeria. Precious was asking them, is military going to attack that place, that Boronu, as their reprisal attack, as it normally seen in the South?
Yes.
So the man said no. The Precious now asked him why. He said that Zamfara and Boronu is the main Nigeria. Precious now say Southeast is what? He says Southeast is an appendage. You look at somebody.
Really? I need to go and watch that program. I need to go and cut it out.
Go and watch it. You will just laugh, just to make yourself happy. You will just laugh.
I need to go and watch it.
You will just laugh and pick the message, because it used to get me. It used to get me crazy. You speak on A yesterday. Today you are speaking on B. This said man that all of you are attacking is calling on you people. See what I'm saying, but because of the peanut, the penny they are giving you, because people like Barrister, he wants to be paying, maintaining his house and seeing his children through school, and so because of all those things, the whole thousands of life of your brothers, they were using the amount to say that this is a confirmation that when the Southeastern are saying that their youth are dying, their youth are missing, that this is a confirmation.
Mad people everywhere.
But Simon and Nnamdi has been saying this. My brother, it's just that it just pain my heart, because when I see Vam, Sonny and Oge, Sonny, I'm not against Sonny, because we that are here, somebody like me, as we are all Igbo, as we are all Biafrans, I study every person because ndị Igbo si na agwọ aka ahapụ ịmụ ihe toro ogologo. Anambra man gets the way they behave.
Yes.
The earlier you know, you can work very well with an Anambra man. You are still Igbo. Ebonyi man has his own way of behavior. You will not go and say, why are you behaving like this? Has been their way of life. That has been their culture. They are being groomed like that. So the earlier you understand that this is how this person behaves, this is how they behave, you will know what to say and what not to say for you and that person to move. So when you come to Calabar people, they hate Igbo. They feel that Igbo cheat them and they betray us at every given spot, every given space they see, they will betray us. But my pain is that why would somebody like Van and Oge join hand with these destroyers? All the South, they are much in their group to destroy the effort of your brother.
Unfortunately, it was the same Igbo people that started it before other support.
My brother,
the betrayal started from the Igbos.
You say that we have not gained the full control of our territory. Why then do you choose to attack yourself? You have to get the evidence, get all those evidence. You wait, you sit back. Or you call those people. There are people in the cabinet that you people will call. And allow the person to shoot on his leg or her leg. You people just brought us out and just made us a mockery and continued making us a mockery. It's not fair. It's not fair. But I believe that God knows the best. I keep on saying that Nigeria will self-destroy itself. That you people should not bother. Just keep on this good work that you people are doing. I think our DPM, the way she's doing everything, she should continue like that while we are waiting for our Prime Minister to come. Even the way that you people have changed the face of the struggle. If PM comes now, PM will not see big work to do. Likewise in Nnamdi. If peradventure they release him tomorrow and he chose who to follow, he will not have much work to do again. They will turn to be our patron, advice, and go. So thanks to everybody.
Thank
God
you
will
so
help
much.
us. I do pray that they realize on time because they are causing more harm to us. Since all of us all we want is to go to Biafra, why can't you people forge ahead? Come together. And when we get to Biafra, we discuss our differences. Simon said it. And when Biafra is fully actualized, carry your petition, what I did wrong, carry me to court. But you people everybody chose to be doing on his own way, the way he wants. It will not get us anywhere. I know they are listening to you. They should come back. They should swallow their pride. Come back.
Thank you, my brother.
You are not served the food. You want to pour the food away.
We have already moved on and we are not waiting for anybody. We have moved on. Thank you so much. Thank you, my beloved brother Akonye Wete. I appreciate you for that amazing contribution. Let's allow my brother Chidi. Are you there? Let's hear from you.
Mazi True Survivor, Otutu Oma.
Otutu Oma, my brother.
Happy New Year once again.
Same to you.
I say, may Chukwu Okike Abiyama bless each and every one of us that stand on the truth, because it takes only a while for truth to surface, but lie always died off. Because if you watch what is happening now, you can see that their light have gone down. They only talk about what we give them, as our Prime Minister always say that once he see that they are dying, he will give them assignment. We are just giving them assignment.
They go after it.
I want to encourage each and every one of you people. You people are doing marvelously well, because the way you people bombarded them, they didn't expect it. Every day You people will give them assignment, and they will continue on that assignment. We are moving on, and that is the structure our PM give us. Because if you see that time, all these things are happening. Our PM, we give them assignment, and he will be doing what he was doing. That is what I give our DPM kudos. Like as I saw in her tweet this morning, yesterday, the assignment he gives. I know that they will be on space today to say to debunk it. And once they are debunking it, they are tying themselves together. But what I want to say in this year platform today is, for some of the gullible Biafra that have not seen the light, can't you reason? Okay, see our DPM every once in a while. In fact, every week he will come out to give Biafrans a word of encouragement. Why can't they make a space for the so-called acting prime minister to come and answer Biafra question? Is he running to be in his office? Okay. Acting prime minister, finance minister, they are not asking questions. I see their tweet. I see what they bring out. That our prime minister is in detention. I said these people don't have content again. They are just mesmerizing themselves. Because if you look at what they are saying on the space, they don't talk anything meaningful. Okay, men on the ground, they used to give us a fee at that time. What are that men on the ground now? What is the outcome on their men on the ground?
Oh, that one is dead and buried.
It's dead on arrival because they can't go anywhere with lies. That is why I say this truth. You people are saying that we should stand on the truth, and it takes only a while. Everything will die off because they will all know that they have messed themselves up. You know, talk of this Bishop 555. Where is it today? Where is it today? Yeah? Where is all this shatter this man? That time in my own where I reside now, I call our coordinator. What are you saying in this thing that he said? He said, go and listen to Shatter. Well, what Biafra Unite? He said, I said, what is the meaning of that thing Biafra Unite is saying? That I didn't see any meaning in what Biafra Unite is saying. He said, go and listen to Biafra Unite. After listening to Biafra Unite, I didn't see any single meaning there. So, my brother, what I'm trying to say is that we are moving on. What we should do is, if anyone know where it will be better for our government, let that person come so that we move this our government forward. Because like our brother that speak now say, let them come. We are not waiting for them to come. If they come now, say we are not accepting them. Let them do their own. We are moving on because Biafra have seen the truth, and we are not waiting for anybody. As you can see now, the restructure of our men on the ground now, they are crying. Why are you crying? You people say you are raising fund for men on the ground. Okay, now let's be paying those men on the ground direct. You are crying.
that one shocked them. That one shocked them.
You shocked them. That is why I tell you that our government is giving them assignment every day. They will be crying. Okay.
Oh yeah, place your men on salary.
Yes. Let's be paying them now. Since that the men on ground is the problem. That you come back from Finland. Okay, let's arrange our house and come out. You people say no, that she have said abomination. Okay, now what is happening? What is that? Okay, they are crying now that somebody donated £1 and they are making mockery of themselves because when they were donating that £1 told the person, no, stop calling this thing. Call it together. Before the person, okay, £95. All this is before ending of this month. We will be looking at them and we are moving ahead. So I don't want to talk about because I'm on the road before traffic will hold me. What I say is that, my brother, keep it up. Thumbs up. Oh, hey, Biafra.
Oh, hey, Biafra. Thank you so much, my brother. Thank you so much. You have spoken well, and you just reminded me about something. You know, the issue of that restructuring of the men on the ground swept them on their feet. That is why it is not good to lie. You don't have to lie about things. Just do the things you know you can do. Speak the truth at all times. And when you are on the path of truth, you don't have to labor yourself to find what to say or to investigate. You can preach even when you wake up from your sleep. You can talk. When question is posed before you, you can answer the question without looking at any book. Once you are saying the truth, it's just a question of telling the exact thing that happened. Just tell the truth. You don't need to think about it, what to say or what to do. When they started that propaganda of men on the ground, because they know fully that the heart of the Biafran people is on that men on the ground. And when it comes to contribution, the major thing that is making our people to come out in mass to make a contribution is because of the men on the ground. When they found out that that is the key, they started that propaganda using the ones they put on social media to speak. But when the government of the day, the United States of Biafra government, under Dr. NgoziOrabueze came up and made their statement, it was very clear to restructure the structure we have. And that structure, you see, it is something that Master Simon have put in place. Master Simon have put it in place already. And the Deputy Prime Minister announced it and made it the way it's supposed to be under a government. That structure was announced. And when it was announced, all hell break loose. They thought that's all of it. Then the government went ahead to announce the structure on how to make sure that every man on the ground gets their salary directly to themselves, not through third party, directly into their account. They will have their own money. They have their salary paid directly to their own account without a third party. This is a government we are running. We can't run another thing like the zoo where you have ghost workers everywhere. Somebody will come and begin to collect salary for thousands of people. You will give a list of 1,000 soldiers. At the end of the day, you have only 50 soldiers. This is a government. And the hard-earned money that the Biafrans are contributing, all those $1 they're contributing, we go a long way to solve problem. And nobody wants to waste his money. We don't have resources to waste. The Biafran government, no government of this world is sponsoring the restoration of Biafra. Up till now, as we speak, we don't have any government sponsoring, not yet. We don't have any organization sponsoring the restoration of Biafra. It is the Biafran people, through this $1 naira they contribute. That is how Biafra is funded. And you don't need to waste that fund. It will not be wasted. Mazi Simon Ekpa, while he was well, try as much as he can to manage it properly. That is why you saw the success we saw. There has been many mismanagement all this while. As an organization, a lot of money have been mismanaged. During the time of IPOB, under Mazen Nandekano, this is the same thing that the US did. IPOB was very rich, had millions of dollars on their cover. But what did they do with it? Nothing. They achieved nothing. All they were doing is stealing that money. They were just stealing it for themselves. They will tell you they went and employed a lobby. They employed their own lobby, and they said they paid $750,000. They said it on their broadcast. I played the video here before. That they paid $750,000 with nothing to show. Even with all those payments, United States of America sold ammunition, sold weapons to Nigeria with all those payments. They were all siphoning money from Mazen Nandekano. Siphoning money. Any opportunity they have, they siphon money from him. Today, we are in a government. We must have to be transparent and know how things are done. Do it in a way that it should be. We don't want to create another zoo. We are creating a government where people can be able to come in and serve. Today, if you have any idea, if you have anything to contribute, it is made open. The United States of Biafra is not my property. It's not the property of Dr. NgoziOrabueze. It is not the property of Mazen Nandekano. It's not the property of Mazen Simon Ekpa. It is for every Biafran citizen. And it has made it open that if you know any angle where you can contribute, the secretaries of those sections, their contact are there. All you need to do is to go through their contact, send in your CV, and you will work in that department. There are so many secretaries, about 20 of them or 40 of them, or the secretary. Just get the email address of the secretary, write to them officially, and submit your CV. Then you will work. Everything as we start today is voluntary. It is not for one person. If you know that thing, if you know how you want Biafra to be, all those experts, intelligent people, we are no longer in the days of, oh, just on your camera and begin to talk. No. We are not. We have gone past those time of agitation and agitation and agitation. We are now in restoration. Today we are in recognition, seeking for recognition. And when you are speaking for recognition, you don't just send any kind of person you see. You have to send somebody that have the experience, somebody who can defend the cause of Biafra. The person must know what Biafra is all about. You cannot defend what you don't know. It is not enough to say, oh, I'm a Biafra. Oh, oh, hey, Biafra. Oh, Mazin Nandekan is a leader. Oh, Mazin Samuel is a prime minister. Oh, Dr. Ngozi is a deputy prime minister. No, it is more than that. There are some other things you have to acquire. The intelligence you must have for you to be able to perform in this government of today. And the floor is open for everybody. There is nothing like I come yesterday, I come tomorrow, or I'm going to come yesterday, or I have not. Even if you have not spoken about Biafra before, and now that we're in a government, you have something to offer, send in your application. Reach out to the department where you can offer your own help. Either in defense department, either in economy department, either in finance department, either in media, in any angle. There are so many departments where you can function. Any place you know you can offer help. As a professional, send in your application. You'll be admitted and you'll be part of the government. You'll be part of the government. We are still in the area of building. As we are seeking recognition, things have to be done accordingly as a government, not as an organization. And for those of us who don't understand what it's all about, please, you must have to exercise patience. Follow diligently. Listen carefully before you speak. Don't follow propaganda and blackmail. Before you utter a word against somebody or speak about something, listen carefully and understand what the person has said. And again, read the motive behind the information that is being passed to you. The motive behind that information will help you to know if the person is speaking the truth or lie. We have come a very long way, and it would not be nice for us, after coming this far, we allowed everything to crumble. That is the wish of the enemy, but we will not allow that to happen. Biafra for life, are you there? If you're there, let's hear from you. If you're there, Biafra for life. Biafra for life, you're there. If you're there, let's hear from you. Let's hear what you got to say. Are you there, Biafra for life? If Biafra for life is not there, I would like us to spend the day with a part of our Prime Minister message, a message he passed long time ago. I would like us to look into that message once again and be able to digest it. Biafra for life, are you there? Go ahead and speak. Let's hear you. Unmute yourself. We can't hear you. Unmute yourself. You're muted. You are still muted. Biafra for life, you are muted. I think your mic is not connected. You are still muted. We can't hear you. So whereby we cannot hear you, just work on your mic while we continue on the program. Let us just pay attention to this message of our Prime Minister while we continue to speak on issues that concerns us in this time.
Topic of the day, as you all can see, in Nigeria, a global threat. Nigeria, a global threat, and why it must dissolve this year, 2023, for lasting peace. The reason we are doing what we are doing is it is time for us to fight for our survival, the survival of the indigenous people of Biafra, and many indigenous people, indigenous nationalities in Nigeria. For those of you who may have seen the topic of today, Nigeria is not just a threat to the indigenous people in Nigeria, but beyond. And what we have come to prove to you today is how Nigeria has become a global threat. We are going to do everything possible to make sure that Nigeria break up this year. I do not know about other ethnic nationalities, but at least I am speaking for Biafra people. And for that reason, we are going to do everything to make sure that we break away from Nigeria, either in peace or by war. When I say by war, some people are, they are going to be saying, why are you talking about war? Why are you talking about war? But I wanted to tell you something today. When Ojukwu led the defense of Biafra after 1967 war that lasted 3 years and ended in 1970, Ojukwu also said that Biafra can never get freedom without war. This particular position and understanding also has the German mercenary. The German mercenary in the name of Rolf Steiner. The Rolf Steiner, who was fighting for the far side of Biafra, made a very powerful historic statement when he said he did not see this country getting their freedom without war. And he went further to say that even though Biafra war may end, that Nigeria will go into war again. I want you people to understand that today we are already at war. We are already at war, but some of you are not seeing it. Some of you are not seeing that we are already at war. And most of the painful part of this war is that it is called a silent war, where some foolish and stupid and evil part of Biafra people in Nigeria army are also being used. And that is why we treat you as enemy. I want you all to understand that this year, 2023, they have already declared war on Biafra. So the only thing we are going to do is that we will also make it open. The war will no longer be secret. The war that they have declared on Biafra will no longer be secret. We are going to make the war open, and we are going to drag all these politicians that are actually facilitated this war into this particular war. They are not going to know peace. We will drag them into the killings in Biafra land, from the head to the tail, from the governors to the senators to all the House of Representatives, to the list of anybody representing anybody in Nigeria state from Biafra land. What we are going to do is not to declare war. The war has already been declared. But what we are...
You had it. Some of us, what our prime minister is saying here is some people are still having that kind of mindset, even in this time. This was a message that was preached 2 years ago. Even at that time, the war have already started. And our prime minister, when you hear him here, he said that war will be made open. It will no longer be secret. And those who are perpetrating this war, supporting the one Nigeria to bring this war, that we are going to take it to their doorstep. And that is exactly what the Biafran has done. But it's unfortunate that today, even when you talk about the warfare, some people think it is a joke. This war has been there. The fight has been there. And they are doing it secretly. Only that today we have forced them to make it open. And that is why Musa came and announced openly that they are fighting asymmetric warfare in Biafra land. They announced it. So it is no longer a secret. Let's listen.
What we're trying to do is to make the war public. The secret war that has been going on in Biafra land, we are going to make it public. And when this public war, we are going to make it very public, everybody is going to get part of their own share.
And this war that he said, Master Simon Ekpa did exactly that. That was why when you go to his Twitter handle, you see the kind of posts he's making on his Twitter handle. Every atrocities of the Zoological Republic, every atrocity they commit against the Biafran people, every loss of life in Biafra land, it is being put in the public for the whole world to see. Up to this moment, go to the platform for Prime Minister Master Simon Ekpa on X. You will see information that will blow your mind. Those things they are hiding in Biafran territory, you will see it clearly. They are warfare. And in this era, we have made it open and clear to everybody. But I tell you, in the year that we are in now, in 2025, it is a time of recognition. No country of the world, organization of the world, will say they don't know what Nigerian government is doing. No country of the world, no organization, they will not say they don't know the atrocities of Nigeria. That is why when I hear people talking about extradition of Master Simon Ekpa, I laugh at them. Extradite what? When they talk about it, I don't know where they are getting those wisdom and knowledge from. I don't know where they're getting those insinuations from. On what basis? How on planet Earth do you think that the Nigeria as a country will win a case against Master Simon Ekpa when it comes to this issue of terrorism and the atrocities they have committed? Atrocities that have been there even before Master Simon Ekpa came on board. They have committed series of atrocities documented even before Master Simon Ekpa came on board. But unfortunately today, some people are still believing those lies. Let's hear him.
We can no longer allow you to fight and declare war and be killing our people in the secret. We are going to make it open. And we are also going to make our defense open. The way we are defending our land and our lives, the lives of our people, we are going to be making it open from now. From now on, you are going to be watching how we defend Biafra land and how we defend ourselves against terrorist state. The terrorist state in the name of this government of Nigeria that sponsor terrorism through the military and police and their secret service.
This promise was also fulfilled. Master Simon Ekpa fulfilled this promise, began to show Biafrans how Biafra land is being defended. You saw the establishment of the Liberation Army of Biafra. You saw the operation of the Liberation Army of Biafra. You saw how we encounter this Zoological Republic terrorists. You saw how Ogbunigbe decimated most of them. You saw how we mounted resistance against their attack against Biafrans. You saw many rescue missions of Biafra Liberation Army. That declaration he made was fulfilled. And in 2025, it is going to be intensified. That is why you see the new structure of the Liberation Army. The new structure of the Liberation Army under Dr. NgoziOrabueze, the Deputy Prime Minister. After the recruitment and the organization and trainings, you are going to see even more on how we defend Biafra land, and we continue to do so until Biafra comes. Finally. Until when the full restoration is done.
So, even though they hide under the government power to kill our people, our defense will also be we are going to be making them public. It is no longer something that you are going to be seeing in the secret. So it is open. For those who don't understand that we are at war, this war has been going on for as long as I know, since 2021. The war has been going on secretly. We fought the war all through 2021 to 2022. It has been going on secretly, and there have been secret assassination of Biafra people. There have been secret extermination of Biafra people. There have been killing and massacre, genocide against us. The war go through 2022, and now we are in 2023. And let me tell you, they are receiving it from us. We are dealing with them. We are dealing with them in Imo State. We are dealing with them in Anambra State. We are dealing with them in any place they have found joy in killing our people. And we will continue to deal with them. They will not tell you that story. They are not telling you the story, right? All they do is to go and burn innocent houses, innocent people's house and homes and villages and market. If they want to burn people, they should go and confront the revolutionary army of Biafra. We are ready to face them. They shouldn't be burning villages. The villages have not done anything to them. If they want to face us, they know where our armies are. They should go there and engage them. If they want to start fighting, they should go where our armies are and engage them. Burning the villages cannot stop what we are doing. Burning the villages and burning the market, I only call it economic jihad, cannot stop what we are doing, and they cannot stop Biafra from going out of Nigeria and exiting this year. So, but I did not come here to do something else. What I have come here this evening is to educate you on the threat that Nigeria poses to the global, globally, that Nigeria is a global threat. And the earlier it disintegrates this year, the better for the West, the better for America, the better for Asia, the better for any country that has developed. So I'm going to bring analysis on this particular position. And before I do that, I would like to bring the video of the son of Philip Effiong, who made a very historic quote after the war, that if Nigeria do not treat Biafra people very good and respect them, their children will rise up against them. And here we are. I am.
My fellow Biafrans, before we get into this very video more on this aspect that our Prime Minister is about to play, the word of the son to Effiong, General Effiong's son's speech, an illustration. I see some people who are joining me here. My brother Godwin, are you there? Godwin Igwe. Let's hear from you, Godwin Igwe. Say hello to Biafrans before we continue. Make your contribution. Say hello to Biafrans before we proceed. Godwin Igwe, are you there? Go ahead and speak.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Go ahead.
Okay, good morning, Biafrans, all lovers of freedom. I greet everyone. So I have a little kind of a contribution. I don't know if I should go ahead.
Go ahead.
Okay, my contribution is about this Ogokere and Bam of 18. In my own point of view, the government should really do something towards all these shenanigans they are doing. Because you can, if for instance now we meet, maybe we'll go to a government, let me say American president now, and present our issue to him, and maybe he knows, okay, assign some people to look into our movement, what are our daily activities of the government, and maybe when they come, they will be seeing this a group talking about Biafra, this group talking about Biafra, and the in-house fighting. They will look somehow discouraging to partner with us. I don't know if my point is clear. Then another one is in aspect of this our military. The government should, I know they are doing a lot of work and we are seeing the progress, but they should really do very good in separating our army, that they should give them uniform, that when any Biafran see them in anywhere, they'll be able to identify, yes, this is Biafran army. So that all this Bubago and all this security, that one will be clear. That is why I said let me able to use, so I can also take it to your government. Thank you. I'll be here
Thank you so much.
more.
Thank you so much for your concern and word that you just spoken. On the first one, when you talked about the concern on those fallen angels who are causing distractions, you don't have to worry much about that, because this kind of people will always be there, and every government of the world have opposition. The most important thing is that there is a legitimate organization, and we know that the United States of Biafra remains one. The world we live in doesn't work based on sentiment or based on your feelings or what you think. The world operates based on the documents in your hand. Legitimacy. Every one of us know that Biafra already has a legitimate arm that is handling the issue of Biafra. That is document. There are documents to back them up. That is one of the things that Mazi Samanagwa said, that during that very convention in Finland, that we are going to generate documents that is going to legitimize Biafran government and delegitimize Nigerian government. The major thing that we achieved in that very convention is the legitimization of Biafran government. So any government of the world that want to discuss Biafra, they know where to go. And before they attend to you, you go to they will request for certain informations to show that you are legitimate. Those documents that legitimizes the organization are with the Biafran government, the United States of Biafra, under Dr. NgoziOrabueze.
Okay.
There's no doubt about that. And if there is anything that's going to be this saboteur, they're even in the United States, they have opposition, they have saboteurs. In the UK, they have them. Every part of the world, or in every organization, there are such sections. When the South Africans were fighting for their freedom of the apartheid, there were more than 4 groups that were fighting, looking towards one thing, and they don't agree on several issues. So these things are bound to be there. They are there. But among all of them, there is one that stands out, the legitimate one that stands out, that has the government, that has the mandate of the people. It is that one that has the mandate of the people that they care about. So when you come to this, that is why Biafrans have to be careful what they follow and what they do. Now, there is a legitimate organization. The Biafra, United States of Biafra is legitimate, has been legitimized through that self-referendum was conducted. In the self-referendum, almost 60 million Biafrans voted. The documents of that referendum and everything that had to do with it is with the government. That was when the government got the mandate to make the declaration. The government didn't start there. They went to Finland. Every one of us watched that program in Finland. The whole world were watching it. The program is still online, where the Deputy Prime Minister, Dr. Ngozi, came out and said, on behalf of the Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, from today onwards, we cease to answer brig, and we are the United States of Biafra. And every one of us cheered, and we shouted and we rejoiced. We didn't stop there. Signatures were appended. Everyone that came to that program appended their signature. And the Deputy Prime Minister signed that declaration on behalf of the Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa. His name is there, and the name of the Deputy Prime Minister is there, his signature. And our Secretary of Justice was there to confirm it. These documents are some of the documents you must have to present anywhere you are going to represent Biafra. We also have a constitution, because they will ask you about your constitution. That constitution, there are people that appended their signature in that constitution. The signatures are there. These will be requested anywhere you go to represent Biafra. This information will be requested. And the informations are intact. These documents are intact. So as for people who are parading themselves, trying to compete in a competition that doesn't exist, trying to create something that doesn't exist, they are only doing it to distract the gullibles. And I know how painful it is for some of them who have been with us. All of a sudden they change and begin to do a different thing together. It is their choice. They have made their choice. And whatever be the consequence of what they're doing, they have to face it. One thing we have to know is that there will be consequence for every actions, including me that is here. If there is something wrong that I'm doing, and the restoration of Biafra, we have a constitution that's everybody's going to face. Whatever way that you have fallen short, you are going to face the consequence of your action in full. That was why Mazi Simon Ekpa said, if you want to fight for Biafra and get it, it is good. Okay. If I'm fighting for it and get it, it's okay. Anybody that gets it first, we will meet in Biafra land, and the court of Biafra will decide. If there is any way we have fallen short, or have fallen short in any way, or done something wrong, the court will be there to judge, and we will face the consequence of our action. But some people don't understand that. That is why everyone must be careful before you make your contribution, before you say a word. Be careful what you say, be careful what you do, be careful what you promote. It is very important, because there will be consequence for every single step everyone takes. Then on the aspect of the military uniform, although already our military has their uniform, they have their uniform. If there will be any change, it is going to be announced. But I want you to know that today we have a government. Things are more organized now than before. You have seen the scheme of salary have been put in place for the Liberation Army of Biafra. And also, the recruitment have been also put in place through which you can apply through the email. You send your application through the email and your information, and they will screen. Sending application doesn't mean you're qualified. Sending application doesn't mean that you'll be taken. You will still pass through different stages. Once the government see that you're qualified, the screening committee see that you're qualified, then you'll be sent for training. After the training, you enter into the salary scheme and you pay your salary direct into your account. There is no third party, no third party. No third party. And in that uniform issue, already we have a uniform, and if there will be a change or there's something again that's going to be shown, it will be made open and people will see it so that when you see them, you will recognize them. Thank you so much, my brother. I appreciate you for that concern, and it's something that everybody have to keep their mind straight and continue to pursue and follow the right path. Thank you, my beloved brother.
Okay, thank you, sir. We love you.
You're welcome. So, after saying this now, let's go on and hear from our Prime Minister. Also keep elaborating on the discussion on the video that we are playing. Let us see what our Prime Minister has to say on this illustration here.
One of those children of Biafra that have rise up against Nigeria today. And I am not here to fight this freedom for long. This year will be the year we will do everything to drag Nigeria down. So I want all of you to listen as this man who is the son of Philip Effiong, analyze the situation of Biafra.
This is in-depth analysis.
And it was bound to happen that people would rise up. My father said it. He said, if you don't treat these Biafrans well, their children will rise up. So
he said, his father said it, that if you don't treat these Biafra children very well, their children will rise up. And we have risen up now. Let me play it again.
This is in-depth analysis.
And it was bound to happen that people would rise up. My father said it. He said, if you don't treat these Biafrans well, their children will rise up. So anybody that is acting as if they are surprised.
Are you hearing it? I am bringing this up for those who will be writing to the ICC, for those who will be writing to the United Nations. We are writing too. You are not the only one writing them. You are writing the United Nations. We are writing United Nations too. You are writing to the ICC about Sangonekpa. We are writing to the ICC too. So any place you write, we will write too. So you are not the only one who know how to write. So I want you all to listen to the history that God is using us to fulfill today. And those people that are writing those nonsense, just make sure that you don't enter Biafra the first 5 years of Biafra declaration. Make sure you stay in exile until our anger against you will come down. After 5 years, it may even be more. Don't just dream of coming to Biafra, because the fight we are fighting today has taken the life of many. So if all you do is to sit in one small place in Germany or other places to be writing rubbish, countering Biafra freedom, make sure, because we have all your information, we have your name, we have your everything, and just make sure you don't enter Biafra the first 5 years to 10 years of Biafra declaration. Don't enter. I am telling you the fact. We may not do like the Mossad. We may not do like Israel, like what they did in the past, hunting those who were sabotaging and who have become terrorists, killing Israelis all over the world. They hunted them in Europe. They hunted them anywhere they are. We are not going to do that. We're not going to do that. But what we are telling you is that as you have made yourself the two against the freedom of Biafra people, just remain where you are. After 5 years, when we have declared Biafra, do not come. I'm just giving you a tip that don't come. Don't come. Remain where you are, because we know you all of you from A to Z. But this is not the time to address that. So I want everybody to listen to this.
I hope you heard that word from our Prime Minister. This very word, statement he made here is very important. For those of you today that are fighting against what is right, you are fighting against the structure laid down by the Prime Minister himself. You are fighting against the restoration of Biafra, directly or indirectly. That word is for you. Not make sure you don't step into Biafra land 5 years after the full restoration of Biafra. If you do, you know what to face. This word that he just spoke is a reminder for every one of us, wherever you are. Because of what is happening today, some of you, directly or indirectly, are sponsoring and supporting evil. Some of you claim to be ignorant, but ignorance is not an excuse. Just know that whatever you do today, there will be a consequence for it, and make sure you don't step into Biafra land in the next 5 years after the full restoration has been done. I can see Okosisi there. My brother Okosisi, you're welcome. Go ahead and speak to Biafrans. Okosisi, let's hear you speak.
My brother, well done for your good work.
You're welcome.
And good morning to all Biafrans from here and wherever you are. You see, this clip you just played now, to me, Prime Minister said after 5 years. In fact, to me, after 20 years, don't just dream of coming to Biafra. Yes, because they have cost us the journey that was supposed to take 5 years. They cost us that journey to take up to 50 years. Yeah. These are the work of the saboteurs. You can imagine a situation whereby everything has been put in place to declare Biafra, and some group of people came up and was trying to fight against the declaration of Biafra. Remember, it was this declaration of Biafra that took them to Finland. They did not go to Finland to go and dance and come back. They did not go to Finland to go to Finland to go and sleep in a hotel and come back. The primary purpose of going to Finland was to declare Biafra. And when that day comes, people stood against it, that this Biafra should not be declared, knowing fully well where we are coming from, knowing fully well the battles, the stumbling blocks, the sabotaging that we have gone through from the time of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu down to that day, 29th of November 2024. They are all aware. And that day came, people stood and was trying to walk against it. And somebody stood her ground or stood his ground and said, no, that this Biafra must be declared on this day because of where we are coming from, because of the people that are fighting us, both physically, spiritually, within, and otherwise. This is the reason we are here. And this reason must be accomplished. She did it. She came out of it. It was declared. As if that is not enough. After the declaration, they gang up again. They started fighting her that Biafra was not declared. It was declared. We are still in Brigi, this and that. Till today, they are still fighting. The account that they themselves used, they tag it to be an Islamic account. They tag it to be they call it all sorts of names. As if that one is not enough. The men on ground, they wade into the men on ground. Today, our people are dying because of their activities. And we that are watching, you think when the countries happens to recognize Biafra and Biafra have now been restored fully as an independent nation, or we have taken over our land successfully, then you think that this group of people, this particular group of people, as I'm going to Biafra land, and they themselves, they will carry their bag and say they are going to Biafra land with me, my brother, it won't work. It will never work. We will chase them even underneath their mother's bed. We will chase them and chase them to wherever they are. It will never work. Look at the damages these people have done. The momentum that was used in that declaration, if we have stood by it, by now, Musa will not come out to say they are relaxed or they don't have problem in Biafra land. Our land wouldn't have been neutralized in everywhere because of the activities. If that momentum was sustained to this point, the whole world would have been talking about us. Even the countries that were even standing afar would have come closer to us. With all this propaganda that is going on, that everything, all the energies are put in place to propagate our declaration, things would have changed. Even our people that were sitting in the fence, all of them would have been coming out.
Definitely.
But no, today, look at where we are. And those group of people that have collected money from one way or the other, then you think somebody like them will come and say, "Yeah, we are sorry. Oh, yes, we are sorry. It was the work of devil and all that. And please, let's come together. We are all Biafran. God punish you, punish your descendant." It will never happen. It will never happen. So all these things, I in fact, sometimes I just don't really understand our people. Sometimes, in fact, I don't know how God managed to bring out Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and our Prime Minister, even now to NgoziOrabueze. I don't know. If you ask me, sometimes I will just be thinking and saying, "Now, wow, with the character of our people, the antecedents of our people, all the activities of our people, we still find this set of people still fighting hard to liberate this brainless set of people, these people that doesn't think straight. Despite all they have done, they stood their ground. It's only God that can do it, my brother. It's just only God that can do it. Because you can't tell me that somebody that looks like a drunkard, somebody that changes name, that have numerous names, uncountable names, will come out tomorrow to come and tell you that he's going to bring out Biafra. A criminal is a criminal. And any criminal always work to the interests of those oppressors. That is exactly what is playing out today. Exactly what is playing out today. Nigerian government and Nkeri know what they are doing. But our people that are following them, I feel very sorry for them. My heart is broken for people not to reason. My heart is broken for people not to reason. I saw a video this morning. I was shared by this lunatic and a low-life boy. They call Raphael. The guy was talking about charter. And I keep asking them, in that charter, is there any provision that stays in the absence of the prime minister? The so-called conflict revolution to organize an election. Is there anywhere it's being written in that charter? When I look at these people, I feel very sorry for them, for them and for their children. Because whatever you do today will be reckoned in times to come. It will be paid back. Because even the Bible said that is going to use the, how does the Bible put it? The third generation, the sins of the third generation to judge the present also. And we are going to do the same. So if your father is doing wrong, call your father brother. We are not in Biafra Republic government. We are the United States of Biafra. It was declared, signed, and sealed. So no one should be deceived. These so-called lobbies that was talking that he gave, it was a brigade that I have a agreement with. I asked him in his comment section, I said, you are fantastically corrupt. Yeah. Is it the brigade you are fighting to recognize, or the United States of Biafra you are fighting to recognize?
Exactly.
For?
Exactly.
So that we know where we are. Because you can't tell me that you are a lobbyist, you are lobbying for government in exile. It's not done. If it is, if there is any agreement that was written under brigade, what is the aim of brigade? What are they fighting for? What is the end point? That is what we are talking about. And you were there on ground when Biafra was declared, meaning all along you weren't even happy because you are there to make your money. Nigeria is giving you, you are getting from us. My brother, I eat my mic. Let all my other brothers contribute to this.
Thank you so much for that final line of thoughts. That is a very big question that Biafrans should always digest within themselves. These things are very simple to see, but some of us turn a blind eye to it. For somebody who claims to be a lobby, that is a very big question. Are you lobbying for Brigi or you are lobbying for United States of Biafra? What we are pursuing is United States of Biafra. And secondly, why were you there in Finland? Why were you there in Finland? Where the United States of Biafra was declared, and you saw Biafrans jubilate and penned their signatures. More than 500 Biafrans put down their signature. And you had the Deputy Prime Minister, Dr. Ngozi Orabueze, COS, state and said, on behalf of the Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, the person you claim that signed the agreement with you on behalf of the government when we were in Brigi. You had the COS, the Deputy Prime Minister, speak on behalf of Mazi Simon. You will still see the name of Mazi Simon signed on that declaration. that from 29th onward, we cease to be in Brigi. We are now to be recognized as the United States of Biafra. And you claim you are intelligent. So when you go to DC to represent, are you going to represent Brigi, or you're going to present the United States of Biafra have been declared? Of course, you have made it clear that you don't approve of the United States of Biafra, and that what you're going for is the government in exile, Brigi. You have made it clear that you continue to propagate Brigi even after we have declared. And that has made you automatically out of the lobby for the United States of Biafra. We don't know who you're working for. But from your statement, it's very clear. It's very clear who you're working for, because if you are working for the government of Biafra under the Prime Minister Simon Ekpa, you should know from the onset, the main purpose of going to Finland was to declare Biafra. That is the main purpose of going to Finland for that very convention. It was to declare Biafra. And we have been singing it, Mazi Sabaka himself have been singing it, that it will be called the United States of Biafra. He has said it even before that time. He has made many broadcasts where he has mentioned the United States of Biafra. But we are going to legitimize it. He said it. The legitimacy of the United States of Biafra will be driven from the documents that will be generated from that very convention. And whatever you are doing on behalf of Biafra will be based on the documents that are generated on that very convention. And today, somebody who claimed to be a representative is saying a different thing. Now, use your tongue and count your teeth. He has finally relegated to himself to the dustbin where he belongs with those he's following. You're welcome, my beloved brother Maxwell. Go ahead and speak to us, Max.
Thank you so much, Mazi Chooks, a great son of Biafra land. Good morning to you. Good morning to the rest of my, my brothers. I do not know whether they are men or women, my co-panelists as well. I thank you, every one of you, and may God continue to bless you as you continue in this fight for the restoration of our land, Biafra. May God bless those in the comment section, those that are typing on daily basis, trying to keep this platform running. I say, may Chukwu Kabema continue to bless each and every one of you. And the time that you spend on this particular platform per day, may Chukwu Kabema return same in 100-fold for you and provide for you whatever that you have lost, participating in this, discussion. May God bless my able leader, Mazi Namdekan, wherever he is. His health, his personal, condition is what matters to me. How healthy he is there, but I believe that Chukwu Kabiyama is in control. That no matter the attack, be it psychological or otherwise, meted out on him to break him, would not work. Let our God, Chukwu Kabiyama, that brought every one of us out here to fight the way we are fighting, to restore the dignity, bring back the dignity of Biafran people and the Biafran land, will do it for us. And I also pray that God will protect and keep the Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, who has been incarcerated for some time now, isolated, taken away from, his people, the circle of his people, making the job a little bit difficult. May God bless him and protect him wherever he is. All the allegations that are leveled or proffered against him, may Chukwu Kabiyama ruin them one after the other and destroy the activities and the plans of the enemy against that great son of Biafra. I am also using this opportunity to ask God too to protect the COS, the Deputy Prime Minister, Dr. Ngozi Orabueze, that God will guide her, protect her from the arrows that are being fired both day and night at her. May Chukwu Kabiyama, great daughter of Biafra land. May he strengthen her to carry on the affairs of the Biafran people. Continue to fight. Prepare her tongue. Prepare her legs. Prepare her brain. Prepare every vital organ in her body. Make her comments and statements when she is visiting these diplomats. Be sweet in their ears. May we find favor through her.
You see?
I repeat, may we find favor through her with the support of people Kikapia. Mazi Chooks and every one of us that are here today, I am going to tell you, and I stand to be corrected, that I have no regret volunteering to join, to fight and support in any way that I can for the restoration of my mother's ancestral land. That alone is personal and sacrosanct to me. If an enterprise formed or discovered by Ngozi, administered by Lugard, later bought with about 600,000 pounds or thereabouts by the British, someone, and named that country Nigeria. And some people today will say they are proud. What stops me from saying that I am overly proud of Biafra? Overly proud of Biafra. I volunteer to do what I do. Nobody forced me, nobody coerced me into coming in. And I am going to support until that Biafra is restored. I have my people that are also pushing, that has nothing in common with Nigeria. I mean, with Biafra, God forbid. I'm pardon me. Me mentioning Nigeria in this kind of way, in a praise form like this. No. I have so many of my people that are around me that have seen the reasons why they should push me and support me to do what I am doing, as long as it's something that is good to do. But surprisingly to me, there are notable true Biafrans that cannot, instead of them to support, they are busy causing chaos everywhere, causing rancor and bickering. When you speak to them, Mazi Chooks, if you go into my DM, if you go into my X account, what I published the other day, that the foolishness of power tussle, even Hitler cannot. If you go there, you see the attacks that I am getting from them. I'm not bothered. I am not bothered. I have thick skin. I can live with a madman or mad woman. I have thick skin. When we were joining the Nigerian army, they said, "Oh, is the Nigerian army made us thick." When they put you through what they put us through, especially some of us that are from the Biafran zone, you will know that you have no other person apart from yourself and Chukwukabiam that is controlling you. I have no. If you see the barrage of insults that I am receiving, simply because I said I would not believe or follow the path these people have chosen. If you see the insults, some are calling me evil, some are calling me is it fuck nigger nigger ass or what?
They just want to make sure they get you angry, but all you have to defeat them is to smile more. The more they talk, you smile more. When you come online, you smile more.
You see, when you go to my reply, every day that I wake up, I will forever continue to thank God for giving me the kind of old mother He gave to me. Even when you are insulted, there are words that you will put out. And people who have wisdom in them, wise people in there, will tell you that, my brother, what you are doing, stop. They will caution them. They will caution them. And people that will read through what you have replied, instead of returning in full force, but you return simply because there is something that you believe in. Respect. They will understand that, yes, this man or this lady was brought up in a good home and in a good hands. That is what we are going to show these people. I won't insult them. The only time that I will come after them is when it begins to cost the life of those that are supposed to be protected. No matter what they do, it must not cost the life of those that we are out here to protect. If you believe in freedom and Biafra, all pride and arrogance will be swallowed so that Biafra will come. But you see it, I call it, these are grown people, adults. I cannot say it's useful exuberance. No, I can't say that because these are adults that have families. You can't call them youth. These are adults. Well, in a fight like this, there are a group of people that will not align with your own thought and whatever you believe in. But I am here to support you and tell every Biafran that is listening to me to be brave. Be brave. Do not be distorted or disturbed by the antics of these people. Do not. We have a greater task ahead of us. The task that we have to bring back peace and freedom of our people is not a small one. We need every people, everybody. We need all hands on deck in order to push it to a conclusive end. I love every one of you. And I say, as you go about this, preaching this gospel, supporting in any way that you can, may Chukwu Okike Abiyama never allow your own to spoil. While you are preparing for the people back home, Chukwu Okike Abiyama will be busy restoring and preparing your own as well.
You see?
And I would like to use this opportunity to tell you people that today, I'm just watching it on my screen here, we are going to have a new president that is going to take over from one of the most horrific presidents and administration that we have. In fact, for the first time in the history, yes, for the first time in the history of Ghana, since independence, since 1957, we got our independence and become a republic in 1960. The beating that this incumbent has received this time can never be compared. Over 1.7 million Ghanaians voted, passed a verdict that you are not doing well. And that is what we have said, and we stand by it. John Dramani Mahama, that is going to be inaugurated as the new president of Ghana today, we wish you well. We know that a lot of things has gone wrong. A lot of damages has been done on our water bodies. The illegal mining, gold mining that is going on in Ghana called Galamsey. The economic hardship, the devaluation of Ghana cedi, the high cost of living in this country, high utility, high petrol prices, and so on and so forth. You cannot tackle them at the same time. But surround yourself with people who have the same, thinking with you. People that can help you to reverse, if not in totality, but at least improve the life of an average Ghanaian that has been put, just like the Biafran people have been subjected to today. We have spoken. Surround yourself with people that has the same mindset with you. Surround yourself with people that can deliver. We don't expect much from you, John Dramani Mahama, President-elect. We wish that you would add meaning and add positivity to the lives of average Ghanaians. And I am calling on my mother's ancestral land and the great people of Biafra, the United States of Biafra, to join me in celebrating my new president, that is John Dramani Mahama of the NDC political party. Thank you so much, and may Chukwu Kabiyama continue to bless everyone of you. I love you all.
We love you more. Thank you so much, and congratulations to you and to all the Ghanaian people for their new president. It is congratulations. At least, no matter how bad it is in Ghana, it can never be as bad as it is in Nigeria. In Africa as a whole, Ghana is one of the countries that is still setting some examples for others to learn. They are still leading on so many things. It can never be as bad as it is in Nigeria. We congratulate Ghanaians for their successful election and the appointment of a new president to move on and continue to move forward. If there is nothing to be happy about, at least there is a progress. In every government that comes in Ghana, you will see a progress. There will be a change. It will be better than the previous one. But in Nigeria, what we see is that every government that comes becomes worse than the past. That is why the case of Nigeria is something that everybody should begin to fast and pray. For those of them who believe that only prayer can solve their problem, add fasting to that of prayer to end that contraption called Nigeria. If in your dream they told you that there will be a government that will be worse than Buhari, would you ever believe that? None of us believe that there will be a government in Nigeria that will be worse than Buhari. For Nigeria to produce a government worse than Buhari, you should know that it is impossible for anything to get better in that zone. If you like, continue to deceive yourself. If you like, continue to pretend. The zoo have been sold out. Sold out and sold to the Janjaweed. And they were made to believe that Nigeria is their own, even when they know that Nigeria does not belong to them. Nigeria was handed over to foreigners to continue to manipulate and manage the contraption, the company that belonged to British. The British company was handed over to foreigners to manage. And those foreigners today are still managing it by fire, by force. And anytime you represent that name, Nigeria, wherever you go with that name, Nigeria, you will always face calamity. You will always face oppression. You will always face attack. Anytime you present yourself and represent yourself in that name, you are in trouble. Because that company belongs to the British and the foreigners, they gave it over to handle. Sometimes when we say certain things, some of you think we are making it up because we are Biafrans. You think it's a propaganda. I want to play a video that some of you will listen. Let us listen to this video and hear. And for the record, the man that is going to speak to you here is a Fulani man. Let us listen to him, what he has to say. Then we come back.
200 people have been unalived in Nigeria during the Christmas break, and they blame my people, Fulani people, for it. This is my statement. Fulani people, you don't know yourself. You are ignorant of who you are, and you are ignorant of your history, which is why you do the wrong thing at the wrong time. You are not from Nigeria. Why are you creating problems with Nigerian people? You are not from Ghana. You are not from Cameroon. Ya Pullo Felatiyin. You are descendants of Umayyad conquerors. You are the Moors that invaded Spain. Your nature is to want to spread Islam, but you cannot spread Islam in certain areas in certain time periods. If you do it, it will be by force and it's not going to work. As nomadic people, the future is not to keep on going more and more south into the lands that your ancestors called the Sudan and invade farmers' land. The future of the nomads is to take back the north, which is your ancestral lands as Fulani people.
The person that just spoke is a Fulani. And when you hear about, they still speak about taking over. It's always taking occupation. Even with all his wisdom and knowledge, he's also telling them to go up north and take over, not the southwest. Take over. It's about conquering. And they have never succeeded in conquering anybody. These Fulani people. Ordinary Tifi, they could not, sorry to say ordinary Tifi, they could not be able to conquer Tifi people. Tifi people, they couldn't be able to conquer them. And today, they are still dreaming of conquering Biafrans. A dream that will never come true. Go ahead, my beloved brother Max.
I don't blame him. He contradicts himself as well. In fact, my brother, just find a notable person from Fulani, extraction, from where you are, and ask them where is their promised land. They will boldly tell you Nigeria. The imposter that was there before Buhari said the same thing. He was calling all of them to have free access to Nigeria.
Yeah, based on the contract they reached with the British.
Good. These are some of the things. Look, let me tell you, there is what the British did to the indigenous people from that geographical zone, that enterprise called Nigeria, is what the United Kingdom wants to do in Rwanda today. I know you know about that.
Yeah.
They want to relocate some refugees down to Rwanda.
Yeah.
Rwanda agreed, but some of the people in the United Kingdom, the reasonable ones that were not there when they were doing what they did to Nigeria and against the indigenous people that found themselves in that so-called Nigeria. They said no. They voted money, millions of pounds or in dollars, and gave it to Rwanda in preparation to accept the refugees that we're about to send to them. Now, do you know what that means? I want you all to also look at what happened to Lebanon today. It was as a result of receiving refugees of Islamic extractions that made Lebanon today an Islamic nation. I'm telling you the truth. You can research it. I have found that, and I've listened to one historian, a lady from Lebanon, how she explained. And remember, she is one of the indigenous people in Lebanon. That was how it was taken over. Spreading of Islam. They've captured a lot of places in the northern part of Nigeria. The only place they refused, they could not capture, is the Kanuri. Is it the Brennan Kanuri Empire or something like that? The Kanuri people. These are the people in Borno that they failed, they have never captured. And that will tell you the reason why Boko Haram is very, very active in that particular area. The Hausas have been captured.
Yes.
The Hausas have been captured. Their dignity has been taken away from them.
When a stranger enter into your land and take over your traditional stool, that is your identity. That is who you are. Like they define it. It's a culture and tradition is the way of life of a people. Their ancestral, lifestyle. They have taken it away from you and imposed a foreign traditional system that you are not conversant with. The Emirates. Emirate is not Hausa. Emirate is not northern. It's alien to northern Nigeria. But they brought it. How did they do it? They used the same people to fight the same people. The same thing that they are doing. The same template everywhere. You understand? That is what is going on. They have been captured. They've been captured. And we must try as much as we can not to allow those things to replicate in Biafra land. Do not take them for granted. Do not take them for granted. What Hope Uzodinma is doing in Imo State is exactly the same template they use against the Hausa indigenous people, the Tayep, the rest, the Angas, and the Lantam people, the indigenous people in the northern part of Nigeria. And we will not allow that to happen to us. We will not. They will play it, they will play the script, they will do it, and it will seem to happen. But we don't pray. God forbid that such thing happen in Biafra land. We will not allow that to happen. And we must stop it, stop it, stop it, stop it from happening to our people. And the actions of some of our people today will tell you that they are still playing the same scripts. The enemies are there. They are preparing, gathering their fire, their stick, their weapons, and everything to come to you. But all you can do within yourself is to begin to pick up fight against your own people that are fighting the same freedom. And when we agree to fight amongst ourselves, what will happen? We'll fight, and at the end, some will go, some will be tired. Then the enemy will not come and do what they call mop up. They will mop us up. By then, we have done the job for them. That is what most of our people have not understand. Yeah. Just exactly what this guy said here. They want to take over the northern part of Nigeria. And the reasons why you see, in Katsina, how many? Eve of Christmas, the same thing happened. They buyed a lot of people over there. Even kidnapping their own Mayeti people. If you do not agree with the ideology, we still have some liberal, Muslims in those places that doesn't care, that doesn't want to, get involved. But they will still come after them and pick them up. To tell you, if you allow these people with their actions and inaction, you allow these people to set their food, their feet in my mother's ancestral land, that you have nothing in common with them, what do you think that they will do to you? They will evaporate us. Nothing will remain on the ground. God forbid. That is the reason why we must intensify our effort to make sure that we deal with these people and whatever that crosses our way in this struggle for the restoration of my mother's ancestral nation, Biafra. Thank you.
Thank you so much, my brother. You have spoken well, and that is it. So, on rounding up on this program, we've been here for more than 2 hours, getting to 3 hours now. So, let us make a conclusion with this video I'm about to play. You will hear this man explain the mystery of Nigeria and their criminality, and you will see the idiotic media who were there interviewing him and what they are going to say. Let us use it in our closing discussion and hear what they're going to say.
That you don't get a change.
Is it really true to say that, the northern part of the country exercises a veto power over the rest of Nigeria?
I can explain it. It has been reduced to a very bare-fist issue. You have a president who can say that all the international agencies dealing with Nigeria should move more positive issues to the north. That is to say, General Buhari, the World Bank has confessed it in the open that they are required to move things to the north. The structure of government as it exists has...
You see, this thing that this man mentioned here is a very delicate thing that nobody discussed in Nigeria. When the World Bank said in the open that Muhammadu Buhari instructed them expressly to focus on the north, this was on the media. Every one of these idiots saw it, and it didn't make a headline, and they never discussed it then. These are people who are claiming they are one Nigerians, who are promoting their one Nigeria idiotic ideology. Let's hear.
It's so banalized that nepotism is almost written into the Nigerian constitution in a manner that almost all other state functionaries are obliged to assume that that is the way to run a government. If that is not a way of turning the veto holder into an almost divine, into having a divine right to make things happen their way, there's no other way of explaining it. It just so happens that what was a mere veto holder yesterday has become a divine push. And let me tell you what is more terrible about that divine push.
There are Southerners who have been exercising veto power in the course of Nigerian history.
I will explain this.
So it's not as if it's only in the north.
No, I will explain
this hegemony.
The average educated Nigerian, in order to be shown as a liberal, very freedom-loving, democratic person, is always trying to be nice to the north. There is no reason to be nice to the north. They are our brothers, and we have...
This statement is very strong, and it is something they are running away from. For you to be relevant in Nigeria, for you to be contest for anything and win, you must show to love the North, and you must give them a special preference. This is something that have been written down, and they are doing. Look at their P2B. P2B today is pinching his tent in the North, going to North to donate money, traveling to North when everything happened to it, but in his own domot, in his own home, in Anambra State, where he belongs, up to his village, people are dying, people are losing their life, insecurity is taking over. You will never see him speak about it. But when there's a loss of life in the north, you will hear him. The same thing with the southwest. Anyone that wants to be relevant, you must have an allegiance to the north to pacify them in everything that happens for you to be relevant. Is that how a country is supposed to run? And this attitude is almost written in their constitution. They are the first-class citizens. Why every other person can go to hell and burn to ashes? This is something that's happening that people don't pay attention to. Let's keep listening.
Shown as a liberal, very freedom-loving, democratic person is always trying to be nice to the north. There is no reason to be nice to the north. They are our brothers, and we have a right to fight over the issues that we need to change. It is no longer right to be nice to the north, because in this particular case, I give you a very good example now. You have a governor who tells you that all the non-Nigerian Fulanis must be catered for by the Nigerian state, and actually argues against the respect for international boundaries, argues against national policies on the grounds that one ethnic group, which just happened to be the ethnic group with which the British worked out an alliance, should permanently remain a freeholder, moving across all boundaries, respecting no laws and things of that nature. If you are talking about all Nigerians having a right, that is a claim to a divine right that you are not allowed to touch unless you belong to that ethnic fraction in Nigeria. If that ethnic fraction had the means to create a nation, they would have created one by now. The truth is that between the Fulani and the Hausa, there is a very badly structured sense of nationality. The way people talk about it, those who know, they will say a pulo is a pulo and a kado is a kado. It means that although they speak the same language, They have not managed to create a sense of nationality. And they have imposed that in every other part of Nigeria and in every Nigerian conference and situation. We just don't need, I mean, we don't have to be over-liberal. Let us confront the issues. When you allow a small minority to control a majority, as I once said on this, in this station, they can only rule by falsehood and violence. Well, and that is what we are having. I give you one good example. The agitation for state creation and for changing the boundaries of the various states began as early as 1904. The Ilorin people were already demanding to join their kith and kin in the western region. It never happened. Do you know that the Gbagi of Nigeria, the Gwari, they are divided between 6 different states and have never been allowed to come together to form a state, whereas they are contiguous. But I tell you something, when you now have a governor, in fact 2 governors, Bauchi and Kebbi, when you now have 2 governors insisting that an ethnic group that does not even belong to Nigeria should be given special rights in Nigeria, and you find that those who are already in Nigeria, like the Gwari and many other ethnic groups, I will come to that, they are not even allowed to come together as an ethnic group. You will know that the source of the crisis is very strong.
Thank you, my beloved brother Max. This man, you know, when we talk about the problem, sometimes it's good we play from their own media, from their own mouth, for our people to understand. You know, sometimes other people are watching us, people of the world, people who are not even Biafrans, they are watching. So some of them, they might be seeing us as troublemakers, or maybe we are saying things out of, blowing things out of proportion. That is why we play all these videos. You can see the confession of that man. Go ahead, my beloved brother Maxwell, and let's use that as our closing discussion and end the program and have a rest for other issues. Go ahead.
Okay. Okay, thank you. You see, if you bring the issue of these attacks carried out by a particular ethnic group, you know, by trying to conquer territories that are not theirs, that they are not indigenous to, especially in Ghana here, people will say, why would Nigerians allow that to happen? This is the question they ask me all the time. Why will you allow someone who is not indigenous to that land to have so much power that they determine what happens in the country?
I wonder.
You understand? Do you know the problem is the indigenous people themselves? If your trainer as a boxer, Mazi Chooks, trains you and give you all the techniques, how to move your head, your footworks, your fast hands, and so on and so forth, how to down and, you know, return, how to evade punches, and so on and so forth. He places it into your head and you enter into the ring. And when you enter into the ring, the way you are coached expected your opponent in that square to perform. It's not what is performing. What will you do as a boxer with your opponent in that square, space? You devise your own means. You devise your own means and add it to what your coach has spoken to you. If the British and the throne of England empower these people so much and give them so much power over millions, tens of millions of other indigenous people, must they rely on the same status quo that has brought misery, blood, and poverty, conquest, and so on against them? It is the inactions of these people, like this man that is speaking here. Was he not among the people that supported the same criminal status quo to fight the Biafran people from 1967 to 1970? From the look of him, he is from the Yoruba extraction, isn't he?
Yes.
Did they not support? I was listening to someone, one guy told me, say, oh, the Yoruba didn't fight. Who The Yoruba didn't fight the Biafrans during the war. One irresponsible boy that I don't know where he was coming from. Who were the people that supported the Nigerian government to fight the Biafran people for 3 years? Who were they? Apart from the Biafrans, the rest of them fought against the Biafran people. And what the Biafran people were fighting for that time, is it not the same thing that is happening today? The regional system of government, they came to a eastern region in Accra, Ghana here, to sign. Is it not what they are revisiting today? Why wouldn't they allow the agreement that was signed in Ebru here to work for the rest of Nigerian people? If those agreements were adhered to, Massachusetts, you will see me today, and I would not even see you coming out to fight for, because things were moving on fine. Everybody were in their own space doing things. If you are going there, you know the reason why you are going there, what you are going to do. They destroyed it. They fought us till today. The new one now is to call the agitator Biafran agitator terrorists. That is what they have done to us. So let them enjoy. That small python they fed. The small python they fed has grown so big, and that python is sizing them now, getting prepared to swallow them. Let them enjoy it while we fight, for our own freedom. Let them enjoy the superiority of the Fulani Caliphate, that they supported in the past. It will consume them. And I pray and pray and pray that our people in the Biafran zone will swallow their pride and come out to realize that we have an existential problem that we need to fight and must fight it head on. Extricate ourselves from these people and let them do whatever they want to do to themselves. Why? We are controlling our own space. This is what I have to say. If you look at Abati, I listen to Abati. When it comes to Biafran people, Reuben Abati will begin to pull the strings, will begin to tell you what to do. Go and listen to the recent interview with Buba Galadima. I don't know whether you have listened to it. Buba Galadima. When he was talking about the tax, the tax issue. Go and he was saying, okay, yes, sir. Yes, I agree. Yes, I agree. But he cannot do that. Anytime they hear the Biafran people, they will now begin to show you how they went to school, how you did not pay for their law school, how they are more educated than you. But Buba Galadima put him into the packet. When was that? Was it yesterday or day before yesterday the interview was conducted? This is how these people are. The hypocrites, ostriches that will run and hide their head into the sand, exposing their bottom and not knowing that the hunter is also looking at the buttocks and will come and hit it at the back and kill it. This is how these people behave. Look at how, if it were somebody like Obi, a pro-Nigerianist of Igbo extraction, was being interviewed or said that, you will see how they are going to shut him and attack him left, right, and center. But these people, when they begin to speak, Buba Galadima spoke yesterday, he couldn't even say anything. He was totally in conformity with what Buba Galadima was expressing yesterday. Who gave them the power? Who made them stronger than the rest of the indigenous people, if not them? Who made them stronger? Yes, it is
with their media and their propaganda.
Yeah, you gave them, they gave them the power. Before you become a president today, the force population, it is, I have a lot to say, but we don't have time. We don't have time. It is only in Nigeria, even in my own part of Ghana here, the northern part of Ghana where my father comes from, Upper East, Northern region, Upper West, and the rest of them. We are sparsely populated. We are sparsely populated. We are the least when it comes to population. When you come to Accra, when you come to Kumasi, Accra, that are tropically rainforests, there is life, more population. Only in Nigeria, in the desert, that is where you have more life,
more population
than in the population than where there is water. The dry land, does dry land support lives?
I wonder. Only in Nigeria, desert is more
Only
populated.
in Nigeria, Mazi Chicks. You know, these people, in fact, it is going to take the Biafran people and any other reasonable, agitating group, to solve, to unmake what the British, did to that country. Thank you so much. And may Chugo Kikabiama continue to bless each and every one of you. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, Prime Minister, Dr. NgoziOrabueze, the media warriors like you, the ministers, the cabinet ministers, the cabinet members, the great people of United States of Biafra, and those that are sympathetic to our cause of freedom. I say, may God continue to bless you. From my side and the love of the Kusasi people of Mole Dagbon ethnic group of Upper East region of Ghana, I say, remain blessed, and we love you all. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much, my beloved brother Max. I appreciate you for the support and being part of this program. I appreciate you for all your support to this platform. Thank you so much for your support to the Biafran people as a whole. May Chukwu Okike Abiama continue to guide and protect you. I appreciate everyone that have been part of this program from the beginning to the end. I thank you for being part of the program. And I pray that Chukwu Okike Abiama will continue to guide and protect every one of us that has participated on the program today. May Chukwu Okike Abiama continue to guide and protect every one of us. I want you to always continue to remember that there is only one United States of Biafra. Only one United States of Biafra. There is only one, not two, only one. And every one of us must do everything humanly possible to support that United States of Biafra today. The government of Biafra under Dr. NgoziOrabueze is doing everything humanly possible to see that we get a recognition and defend our land on the ground. Follow up every program of the government. Follow up on all the platform of the government, the United States of Biafra government, and our platform for our Deputy Prime Minister, Dr. NgoziOrabueze. Follow her, get informations, stay away from fake news. Stay away from those platforms that will not give you information that is going to be profitable to you. Stay away. Just like the Deputy Prime Minister said, Osimiri anaghị eri onye ọfụghọ ọkpa ya anya. Osimiri anaghị eri onye ọfụrụ ụkwụ ya anya. If the sea does not see your leg, it will not swallow you. The sea swallows only those who stepped into it. Your feet must be in that sea for you to sink into the sea. You cannot be in your room and you sink in the sea. You can't be on the road and you sink in the sea. You must be in the sea for you to sink into it. Osimiri anara eri onye ofro be anya. Stay away from Nigerian media. Stay away from those platforms that you know have nothing to offer to you, that are telling you lies, propaganda here and there. Follow the United States of Biafra platform. What will give you is the truth and nothing but the truth. It doesn't matter how bitter it sounds in your ear. We are not selling you certain things to make you happy. We are not telling it to you for you to be angry, but it is the truth and nothing but the truth. May Chukwu Okike Abiama continue to guide and protect every Biafran as we continue to follow the truth. May Chukwu Okike Abiama guide and protect our Deputy Prime Minister, Dr. NgoziOrabueze. May Chukwu Okike Abiama guide and protect our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa Njoko. May Chukwu Okike Abiama guide and protect our Supreme Leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. No weapon formed or fashioned against them shall prosper. No weapon formed or fashioned against us as Biafran shall prosper. I appreciate everyone that have participated on the program today, and I say, may Chukwu Okike Abiama continue to guide and protect us until we get to the promised land very soon. Thank you so much for being part of this program. See you again next time. Stay blessed.
We have no mercy for those that come to disrupt the restoration of this struggle. We don't negotiate with anyone. We will never do that. Because when you do things like that, you encourage the same thing to be inside the government, and they will continue to do what they are doing. There's an adage that says, no matter how you try to leave them, to forgive them, to accept them, they will still come up with that same behavior. Because Nigerian government has a process of divide and conquer. They use people within to destroy what Biafrans are doing. We already know that, and that is why they are not going anywhere. That is why we stop them on their track. That is why we discover them anywhere they are, and we bring them down. That is what we will continue to do. No mercy. No mercy, because lives have been lost. People have died. Children have died. Innocent Biafrans have been murdered. They've spilled their blood. We are not joking. Anybody, any attorney, any lobbyist, you think we are joking in this restoration process? I pity you. Sorry will be your name.